Oh, are we doing it? We're doing it. We're doing it. Okay. Oh, awkwardness. I realize that I'm probably going to be sounding like I'm in a cavern right now. And I'm trying to figure out how to use this OBS machine, and I haven't figured it out yet. And I'm working with limited space here. Right now the camera is all the way over there in the closet. But I wanted to use the good lens. And I just didn't have the real estate in this room to make it work. But the guitar should sound decent, I hope. Yeah, I'm sure it sounds like we're in a wet cave here. But this is a test. I'm just trying to figure this out as I go. So I'm working with a 7-year-old. Well, longer than that. It's probably about 10 years old now. 10-year-old equipment. So, and it's probably a combination of that, me making excuses that I don't know how to work any of this stuff. So, and I was trying to figure out a way where I could actually like listen to the microphone and the guitar and stuff, but it's lagging so much behind, and I had to put some lag on the microphone so it would sync up with the camera. And I really don't know what I'm doing with that, but I'm doing my best, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to keep up with all the kids these days with their streamings and whatnot. That being said, I am live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch right now. So all of that you can find at travisbowmanmusic. I mean, it's so weird that I'm staring into my closet right now. You guys are in the closet, inside the camera, surrounded by other guitars. So I think, I don't know, what am I going to play here? I'm in standard tuning now. So I think I might, try to play some Kottke tunes since we're already in standard tuning, and see where the evening takes us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for hanging out on my stream here, wherever you are, whichever platform you're on. So let's start off with some right. Hey, Rael, what's up, man? Chet, Mr. Breeding, Gregory, thank you so much. Appreciate the kind words. I'm assuming that the the guitar sounds decent, acceptable. My hands. I do have very large hands. This is a normal sized guitar. I'm 6'4", and admittedly the heaviest I've ever been in my life. So thank you for noticing my hands. Yeah, I don't know. I've always had kind of big hands and feet. But anyway, okay, so the guitar sounds awesome. Hello, good sir. What's up, man? Thanks for joining. So, I've played some Leo Kottke. In standard tuning. So, where should I go from here? I can play another couple Kottke tunes, I guess, since I'm already in that area. If you guys have any like requests or anything, feel free to shout them out, and I'll do my best to see if I can come up with that. Do big hands help or hinder playing normal sized guitars? I don't know, man. See, you need to talk to Matt Thomas about something like that, because he has all sorts of philosophical notions about the guitar, and he's really into, like, you know, the scale length and the string spacing and stuff like that. And you know, I kind of notice sometimes when the spacing is different, but I've never been like so super deep into all of that stuff. I know that's really strange hearing that from a guitar player that plays fingerstyle guitar. But I mean, I know, I don't even know what the nut spacing is on this guitar, to be honest with you. So anyway, let's see. Well, actually, Leo Kottke has a new video. It didn't come directly from him, but somebody got some footage of him playing on like a nighttime talk show. He was playing this song on a classical guitar in the late 70s. New old footage of some Leo Kottke stuff, which is awesome. So I'll go ahead and play a little bit of that, whatever I remember of it actually. This is called Bean Time. Who's too good to be bothered? Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. Can you please explain how you do your acoustic whammy thing? I remember seeing it for the first time. Okay, so maybe this will work with the microphone. It definitely should. What's up, Mr. Horn? Definitely should. So the whammy thing that he's talking about is something that sounds like, hopefully like this. Is that what you're talking about? So, I'm not like the first person to ever come up with something like this, mind you. Don Ross, I think, did it at some point in his career on an album or something. But all I'm doing, and a lot of people ask me about this actually, but all I'm doing is I'm taking this, like my elbow bone here, my funny bone, and I'm kind of planting it on the face of the guitar and really just kind of turning my whole forearm into a whammy bar type situation. And there's not a lot of pressure going on here. I'm not really pressing down really hard. I'm just kind of pressing just enough to where there's, like I'm just kind of, like if it was my finger, I'm just barely pressing into it. I'm not like digging into the guitar. But if you play some harmonics, especially it's like some open strings like that, and maybe kind of move the neck with it a little bit. You don't have to. And I wish I could tell you the scientific process behind that, but I can't. I just kind of discovered it one day and I started doing it. It's a nice little acoustic guitar trick that you can do. Okay, what's up, Cindy? So I was working on this the other day and it's kind of finished, and I'm going to try to not screw it up for you ladies and gentlemen. But if you're a fan of the Nintendo 64, you should recognize it. Or any Zelda game, you should probably recognize it. I was just working on it the other day because I really like this chord right here. It's a very Japanese samurai kind of feel to it. So anyway, I don't even know what's the name of this song. I just know it's from Zelda, the Ocarina of Time. So whoever knows the answer to that, whatever the name of this song is, please write it in the comment section. Okay, here we go. What's up, Henry? Saria song? Maybe that's it. I'm not sure. It's one of the more popular Zelda tunes. Who's your favorite modern fingerstyle player post Andy McKee era? Uh, we're talking about fingerstyle guitar players in eras now, as far as time. So you're asking who is one of my favorite guitar players after Andy McKee basically became famous. That's a good one. Matt Thomas, of course, and I'm not just saying that just because he's watching. Kyle Horn. I know a lot of really talented musicians that I'm lucky to call my friends. Matt Thomas, Kyle Horn, Kevin Blake Goodwin, Adrian Belew. There's a guy from South Korea, Hwajong Kim. He's really good. A lot of other people. Gint Smukais from Latvia. He's one of my good friends, and he's crazy good on the guitar. I'm trying to think. There's just so many of them. There's a lot of really good guitar players out there. If you can, filter past the cover stuff, there's a lot of good original music still out there. And yeah, Adrian's one of them for sure. What strings will make me not suck at guitar? I don't know. I was just talking earlier about guitar specs and stuff. Like, I've never been super deep into specs and getting too deep into all that stuff. Like, and it goes the same thing with strings. I've been playing Ernie Ball aluminum bronze since like 2014, and I really love those strings. And just some Diodarios if I can't scrounge up any Ernie Balls laying around. I don't know. As far as making people not suck at the guitar, I don't know if strings have the power to do that. Well, since we're stuck on the Nintendo 64 for now, might as well throw this one in there. Oh man, I'm rusty. It's been a minute since I played for anybody but myself. Actually, this time last year, I was in New York City, playing an event with Matt Thomas and Van Larkins, and Don Ross and Alexander Misko. And after that is when the pandemic hit. And the next gig I played after that gig in January was in November here locally in Little Rock, Arkansas, at an ice cream shop. So that's how, and that's currently the last gig that I've played as of right now. January of this year was around Christmas time, I guess, that same ice cream shop. Which, I'm not saying anything bad about the ice cream shop. It was really nice of them to have me come there and play live music and stuff. Socially distanced, of course. Okay, I guess we're gonna jump out of standard tuning for now. Yeah, so this is a tune that I arranged for a competition specifically. I wanted to kind of play something that was an arrangement and not just an original tune, because I'm talking about Winfield, of course, and Winfield is the International Fingerstyle competition held at the Walnut Valley Festival in Winfield, Kansas, and I competed there for 3 years in a row, 3 consecutive years. And the first time I competed, I got 4th place, and I competed with all originals. And the guy that won first place, you'll have to forgive me because I only remember his first name. His first name's Jack, I believe. He competed, and every single song that he played was like an arrangement, like a cover song of like an already composed or pop song or whatever. And I thought that was really interesting because I assumed that mostly original compositions won those kinds of competitions. So I continued to just through the next year. I decided I was going to do this arrangement of a Fleetwood Mac tune called Dreams, and then I got 2nd place that year, and then of course the last time I competed, I eventually got 1st place. And you can watch a better quality video of this on my YouTube channel. And for all you guitar players out there that may be watching, I actually have a tutorial video up on every little nook and cranny and tip and little trick that goes along with this tune. Let's see if I can remember how to play it. Okay, there it is. So this is Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. we are 30 minutes into this. I reckon it's time to change that there tuning once again. Hey, thank you, Danny. I really appreciate that. Thanks, Cindy. Well, like I said, you can find a better quality video of that arrangement on my YouTube channel, as well as a tutorial video on how to play that, if you are so inclined. And now we found our way to the dadgad tuning. Almost. Should have put in the video description. Let's see how many songs Travis can mess up. Like I said, man, I'm really rusty. It's been a long time since I've actually sat down and played through a lot of these tunes, man. Just, you know, life happens, and pandemic happens. Egads. Dadgad, yeah. I'm going to play a tune that you might be familiar with, Mr. Henry Nam. His name is Michael Hedges. This is probably one of my favorite fingerstyle guitar tunes ever. It's really what got me into playing and writing my own songs, because I don't know, there's something about it. I just love the way that it's composed and played, and all the parts really just kind of fit together, and it really made a lot of sense to me. And it's just one of those moments where, you know, it's just like, instead of it being like super overwhelming, I was like really motivated to try to get it piece by piece and learn all of it, and eventually I did. Not to say that it's going to be perfect by any means, but I spent several years of my life coming back to this tuning specifically for this tune. It's called Ragamuffin. I'm going to try my best not to mess it up, because truth be told, I haven't played it in a few months. So we'll see how this goes. This is Ragamuffin by the late great Michael Hedges. Man, after that first chorus, let's see which one it was. I'm pretty sure it was the A string. Yeah, A string went flat. Pretty McKee, that's right. Fun fact. To my knowledge, Andy McKee has come to my hometown twice. Once in 2010, where I met him for the first time. Me and my buddy Max and his sister went to check it out. 2010, the place that, the venue that the concert was at isn't even around anymore. That's how long ago it was. And the second time was in 2014, I believe. And it was the classic obsessive nerd story where I ran out to the car to grab the guitar to come back in after the show to try to get him to play a song with me, and that was the song that we played together was Ragamuffin, which isn't exactly a duet type song, but I just wanted to play it with him, and it was a lot of fun, and I think he could tell that I was really I don't want to say dedicated, but I feel like I was dedicated, but he could see that I was obsessed with the fingerstyle stuff, and that may or may not have had a hand in the Ernie Ball competition that happens right after that one. So, where were we? We're in Dadgad. So, there's a Dadgad chord for all you guitar playing ladies and gentlemen. I guess I'll play somewhat of an original tune, man. Just haven't really worked on these in a while. I'll try not to mess it up. This is a tune called, I think, Downtown. Hey, Max Richards, play some Daniel Jenkins, man. I was just talking about you, Max Richards, about how we were hanging out with Andy McKee. I guess it was it at the Rev Room the second time? Or were you there? I don't think you were there the second time. You were there at the, what was that place even called? I can't even think of the name of the place. But anyway, yeah. Daniel Jenkins. Long story short, we had a teacher in high school that was just like the definition of an old fart. You know, he could barely keep his eyes open, and he was like just a mean old guy, would pick on everybody. There's a guy with the last name. Yeah, it was the Reverend. Okay. There's a guy with the last name Weedlekind. He called him Mr. Weed Eater. He would say, "Mr. Weed Eater. Mr. Weed Eater." And our good friend Gage Percival, his last name is Percival, and he would call him Mr. Purposeless. He was just an ass, you know. He was an old. I don't even know if he's still hanging around or kicking or whatever, but. And this is going to be like the most anticlimactic ending to the story, but long story short, he was absent one day, and we had to write in our own names to take roll, and I thought it would be funny to write my own name, but then skip a couple of more names and write Daniel Jenkins, which is, you know, nobody in that class was named Daniel Jenkins. And of course, he came back, and we forgot about it, and he was like, he got up and he's like, "It seems we have a new student in class, Mr. Daniel Jenkins." And he never found out who it was. And like nothing happened, but it was just hilarious that he was so perplexed by that enough to stand up in front of the class and announce that well, somebody's trying to be funny here or whatever, but anyway, but at graduation, I remember taking a picture with him, and later it was one of those, like, if you think about something that you should have said much later, and you're like, damn, why didn't I say that? I should have got up in his old ear and just whispered, "I'm Daniel Jenkins." But I never did. Didn't even think about it at the time, but that would have been absolutely perfect. This is a song in progress called Downtown in the Dad Gad tuning, if you want to pick along with me. Hey there, Mr. Adam Lax. You know, I was thinking there's a template that you can do before you stream things, and I just put one together right before this video. And as that was going and I was getting my stuff ready and making sure I was in tune and everything, I thought about taking the 12 string out and jamming on it, but it wouldn't be in tune. And I've actually, as I stated earlier, I've got my camera over there in the closet because I wanted to use the good lens. It's like a 200 millimeter lens or something like that. But I don't have a lot of room in here, so I was trying to put it in a place where it would, have enough of me and the guitar and look decent. So it's all the way in the closet. And I thought about going over there to grab it because it is in the closet there, but you have to understand that I'm working with ancient technology. And I've got the 12 string in the case over there. But I've got a Nikon D3300 camera, which was like a really great camera in 2013. And I've got it rigged with like an eraser cap that goes on a number 2 pencil, one of those if you just put it on there as an extra eraser, and a hair tie. So it's holding the shutter button down at a half press, allowing the camera to stay on and not auto shut off. So yes, I do play 12 string stuff, but just not as much anymore. And for a while there, I wasn't putting on the fake nails. I've got the acrylic nails. I go to the nail salon to do that. And I didn't have them on for a while, and it's just pretty much impossible to play a 12 string with that aggressive style without some kind of either finger pick or nail or something like that. So to answer your question, I do play 12 string stuff, but just not as often. But I was thinking about it, man. But the strings, my God, the strings are so old right now. I think the strings have been on that guitar for over a year now, probably. It's a 12 string in C sharp standard tuning, and I'm not really going into a bunch of different altered tunes with that guitar, so it's not that big of a deal. And truth be told, the strings, like the old strings, they kind of have a nice tone on the 12 string where it's not so bright and it's kind of dead, but it allows for a lot of different dynamics and stuff, especially with the Leo Kottke style stuff. But to answer your question, yeah, I do pick around on the 12 string every once in a while. Yeah, I mean, it's that and the harp guitar, man. It's such a pain to have to sit down. Like, you have to make an event out of it. You got to put it in your date book, like, okay, on the 13th, I'm going to pull out the 12 string and the harp guitar, because it'll take you about an hour and a half to change all those strings and get them stretched and in tune and everything, especially if you're going to use a Sharpie here to mark your harmonic spots on those sub bass strings on the harp guitar. It's absolutely essential. I got that trick from Muriel Anderson, and she does that, I guess, because if you put the markers on the strings, you know, where the harmonics are, on those bass strings, sub-bass strings on the harp guitar, then you have no excuse to miss them. So we're in the dad-gad range here. It's another dad-gad tune here. Here, I'll play you guys, we got 18 people here now. I'm going to play you a tune that I just have not completed. I've had this tune around for a while, and I really like the groove of it, but I'm having trouble, you know, adding more things to it. Why do I keep looking at the microphone like the microphone is the camera? It's just so weird because I've got the camera in the closet and the microphone in front of me. I'm trying to figure out who to talk to here. So this is an untitled tune that I don't even think I've done a video, even like a cell phone video on Instagram or anything of this one. It's just one of those that hasn't been completed yet. But anyway, I hope you like it. The snippet of it, anyway. That's all I got so far. I found, time has told me over the years that I'm just god-awful at writing bridges. But I tell you who's not. Somebody was asking earlier about guitar players post the Andy McKee YouTube era. There's a lot of them, but and I covered some of them earlier. But anyway, the one that I was talking about, there's a gentleman named Dylan Reich. I believe that's spelled R-Y-C-H-E. The compositions that he writes, they speak for themselves. They're really good, but the standout are the bridges. Like he's a masterful bridge writer. And I guess, you know, in order to write a good bridge, you have to have other good material as far as the verse and chorus and stuff. And he's really good at that too, man. He's a hook master. He can write some catchy hooks. And it's like his brain is wired to just take those hooks and invert them in all sorts of different ways, and the bridge just always perfectly kind of complements the rest of the stuff. And I really like him a lot because he really focuses on the Mulberry Street's a good example of that. But he really What was I talking about? He really focuses on that hook, and I love that because that's what keeps bringing me back to the song. It's like, man, I can't get that melody out of my head. He's really good at doing that, and modulating and working with the dynamics of said hook and everything. Mulberry Street's a really good example of that. I really love that song, Platypus in Sheep's Clothing. There's one video of him playing it on his channel, but the video that's got the most views, I think, is the one of him playing it at the Canadian Guitar Festival, where he won second place that year. It's a fantastic song, really badass song. It's kind of hard to write a badass song for an acoustic guitar, but he did it, man, for sure. I'm gonna get out of this dad gab nonsense. Yeah, especially on that tune. I'm really grateful for that. Really grateful for that Platypus tune because I bought the tab for it years, like it must have been like 10, 12 years ago, I think. But I learned it, and I'm like, okay, so this is how he's doing it. I really learned like how fingerstyle guitar kind of works in a different way, where it's not just your thumb picking like that kind of stuff, but it's like you have to kind of look at it on paper because there's two different things happening at once, and it's like a piano type thing. And he's really good at doing that too, putting layers on top of layers like that. It's not easy to do. Hey, what's up, man? From Chile. What time is it in Chile right now? It's 8 o'clock on the dot here. And again, I'm going to have to apologize for sounding like I'm in a cavern right now. Still trying to figure out this whole streaming situation. Alrighty. 11 o'clock. Okay, this is another original tune. It's on my 2016 album called Launch. Man, it's been that long. It's been like 5 years now since I've recorded anything. But this is, I think it's the first track on that album. It's called The Spider. What's up? Alrighty. Let's see here. Keep knocking myself out of tune somehow. This next tune's really going to do that. So I think this is going to be my last one for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to just skedaddle on you so soon. I've got 14 people watching this stream right now, man. That's almost 15 people. I'll be honest with you. The reason that I'm going to cut it short, because we're about an hour into it. Normally I do this for about an hour and 30 minutes, but I just drank this entire bottle of water. And it's time. It's time for the next step, if you know what I'm saying. And I learned a lot from this stream. I've learned that I'm really rusty on a lot of my own tunes that I've written myself, so I need to get back to work and get back to practicing. And I'll try my best to play through this one without messing it up too bad. It's been a while. This is another tune that's from that 2016 album called Launch. It's a tune called Plasma Rifle, and on the album I think I played it in a really lower tuning. It's like the same intervals but a lot lower. So I think on the album it was an A flat, and this is a C. So that's pretty low. Should be a C anyway. I'm assuming that the 14 people that are watching are all guitar players. So let's give this a go. This is a tune called Plasma Rifle. And thank you guys so very much for hanging out. I've got all sorts of things going on in this tiny room. I've got an HDMI cable running across the floor over there to the camera that's in the closet and all that good stuff. And I think this turned out pretty nice. I'm going to go back and listen to it just to be sure, but a lot of things happened trying to get this stream to work. So I'm glad that it's working. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this, Mr. Plasma Rifle here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Henry, for sticking around so long. Sakari, good to see you again, bro. Cindy, thanks again. Everybody else who stopped by, Adam, Mr. Richards. Really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, now that I've got this figured out, I'll probably end up doing this more frequently. So thank you guys very much again for stopping on by. I'm gonna get out of this hot room. Alrighty. Later, guys.